What do you do, YouTube, man? It's your boy Kev, and I'm back at y'all with another video, man. Just giving the title. I'm back at y'all with some more 9/11. Obviously not about the actual 9/11, but this is a video of a first-hand account of killing Osama bin Laden with Rob O'Neill. Interview by Joe Budden. I've seen this come up my timeline. I've never watched it. I've never really heard the story. That's why I would react to this. I've never heard the story of how they killed Osama bin Laden, man. So. And I've always been curious, man. I mean, honest with you, I didn't really think about learning this kind of, like, tapping into this type of stuff until I really started YouTube, if I'm being honest. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Also, I've been watching that documentary, the new documentary that just came out on Netflix, and I'm, like, basically talking about hunting down Osama bin Laden. I'm, like, on episode 2 right now. I think I'm in the middle of episode 2. Yeah, that shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie. If you haven't watched that, man, check that out, man. That shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was wild. Just everything. But that was crazy. But I ain't gonna tell no one what they. Y'all just gotta go watch that, man. That shit was crazy. But before we get started, man, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that post notification button, man, so you know your boy posts. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop into it. And my fault, I know I look tired, but your boy just woke up. But I want to go ahead and hop into the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it, man. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
Bin Laden.
Yep.
We've changed our beautiful screens back here.
That's it right there.
And that's the house.
Yes.
Or hole.
Okay, let's rock.
That's the house.
What do you call it?
That's a compound. So the compound would be every building inside of the walls. And that's actually the walls are part of one of the reasons that the woman that found bin Laden was so convinced he was there, because you couldn't see into anything. There were walls outside, there were walls on the balconies, there were walls where you couldn't place a camera somewhere in that mountain and see in because they put the walls up. Someone knew what they were doing. So that compound, that's it. And that they showed it to us. There was a team that was working bin Laden, but it was a woman in particular that they made that movie Zero Dark 30 about.
I saw that movie too.
Yeah, good movie. They did a good job.
I need to see that movie, bro. I need to watch that movie. I have not watched Zero Dark 30 yet, man. I gotta watch that movie.
And that girl's.
I'm gonna go watch all these movies again.
Oh yeah. They're good movies. They did a good job with them. They called her Maya, and she was played by Jessica Chastain, and she fucking killed it. She was so good in that movie. And the woman that she played is one of, if not the toughest person I've ever met emotionally, ever. Like, just hard as they come. Awesome.
And her role in this was
She's CIA, and she was she's the person that found him. And like when she was asked, I think by the bosses, like the Secretary Panetta of the CIA, like, what else do you do for the CIA? And she's like, this is it. I do this. I found him, and that's what I do. And when she got done too, she was pissed she didn't get a parking spot.
wow.
But yeah, so she and a team, in their defense, they brought us to them. We had finished another deployment to Afghanistan, and I was actually a senior enlisted guy running a few different stations in Afghanistan for cross-border intelligence to try to find people. But I at that point thought bin Laden was gone. I thought he was a ghost. He's a myth, and he's going to go down in history as an Al-Qaeda saint. And we finished that deployment, and we came back, and I was actually on a trip to Miami, diving, and a good deal trip. You're done with war, let's see the family, let's go diving. Miami's a blast. And they called some of us back to Virginia.
You're always having a good time with those calls.
Hey, morale. If you keep your people happy, they're going to work hard. You keep morale.
I know, but I know he was probably like, damn, like, I just got with the fam. Like, we about to go on vacay and shit, but hey, man, when you get called for something like this, man, you got to go, man. You got to go.
If you little things like if you can say for normal work, occasionally say please and thank you, let them know they're appreciated. It's gonna go back. I was in the airport today. If you start your conversation with the TSA off with a smile, you're gonna get through a lot better, and they're gonna have a better day. Compliment something legit, like, hey, those shoes are cool.
Dog, for real, he's not lying though. Complimenting somebody you can literally change somebody's day doing that. He's not even lying. You can literally change. You don't know what He's honestly not lying, bro. Complimenting somebody, like, just randomly, like in a public place or something, like, that could change the whole trajectory of your day, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, if you was having a bad day, if somebody compliment on something you got on or something, that could change your whole mood for the day. You never know, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, so Miami, having a bad day, go to Miami.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they called us back, and they brought 28 of us in. to a back room at our place. So we got our team room, and then there's a conference room. They brought us in, locked the doors, and the way it started was, we didn't see any of this yet. They said, and this is a good story, they said we found a thing, and this is real. This is not a drill. They found a thing. This thing is in a house, and this house is in a bowl in these mountains, and you guys are gonna go get this thing and bring it back to us. And we said, okay.
Oh, so they didn't tell them who it was.
Can't
They just said
tell
a
you.
thing. That's funny.
What mountains? Can't tell you. Which country is it? Can't tell you. How are we getting there? Can't tell you. How much air support do we have?
You
And they
can't
said
tell them
no.
nothing. The fuck?
Okay, that's all we got.
So the task was
No
to
air
get,
support is
Go
crazy.
get
I ain't gonna
something.
lie.
Bring 'em-
We didn't know what
or
it was.
bring something.
Wait, that don't make sense. Because when I was watching the documentary, well, I don't know, maybe for their mission when they actually went to get him, maybe. Because I know in the documentary they were saying that was the one thing that they had an advantage on when they was taking over certain places in Afghanistan. They were saying that was the one thing, because they literally said, like, if you guys, that's what I'm saying, I should watch the documentary on Netflix, because they were saying a lot of times, like, I think this is leading up when they were still trying to get him, because there was a point where they thought they killed him, but they didn't. But like they were saying, because a lot of times they were outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they were in a certain situation, they were outnumbered like 4-1, 3-1 and shit. But still, but the fact that they had air support is why they was able to get their way out of a lot of situations, you know. But I don't know, maybe that's why it's kind of confusing. They didn't have air support when they finally got Osama bin Laden. That's crazy.
Something, you're gonna go in this house, and they sort of said it's a house, and they wouldn't really tell. And they said, but you can't bring your Air Force guys. It's only SEALs. Just because we need this. I mean, the Air Force guys are shooters too, but they specialize. Like in one of them's a paramedic, one of them's a radio guy. But we're minimizing the weight because of these whatever's going to bring you. So our brains are spinning. So we thought it was going to be Gaddafi in Libya because the Arab Spring had just started. This is April 2011, and the people were uprising in Tunisia and then in Egypt and in Libya, and this is before they killed him. We assume we're going to go get Gaddafi and bring him out. And we're going to go off like a Navy ship on like an Osprey, which is a helicopter airplane.
Okay.
And they just didn't want to tell us. And so we're getting our gear ready for Libya. And all week long, no one knows. Other SEALs are coming up. So what are you guys doing? I'm like, I don't fucking know. And it was a Friday, and the bosses had been up. They're working everyone from there up to the president, and they're tired. They said, okay, look, go home and be with your kids tonight and tomorrow, and then come back Sunday, and then we're gonna drive you somewhere, and we're gonna read you in. We're gonna tell you what's happening. And so we said, okay, who's gonna be there at the read? And they said, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Navy, the Vice President might be there, and they're going on this list, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then they said CTC pad, and then this and this and this, and I caught that. No one said anything, but CTC pad is the CIA counterterror, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and I'm thinking, if we're going to Libya, why are they going to be? So I went home with this, didn't say shit. Now we came back and it got kind of funny because they split us into these 4 dudes per van. Now we're driving into North Carolina somewhere. And I'm in the back seat. My boss is here. My 2 buddies are driving. And I look at my boss. I told him exactly that. And I said, this isn't Gaddafi. And we came back and it got kind of funny because and I'm thinking, if we're going to Libya, why are they going to be? So I went home with this, didn't say shit. Now we came back and it got kind of funny because they split us into these 4 dudes per van. Now we're driving into North Carolina somewhere. And I'm in the back seat. My boss is here. My 2 buddies are driving. And I look at my boss. I told him exactly that. And I said, this isn't Gaddafi. I think they found Osama bin Laden. And he looked at me and he said, that's exactly what I was thinking. And we're kind of discussing it. We're not sharing. And it was fucking awesome. The guy driving, he looked at me in the rearview mirror and he goes, O'Neal, man, if we kill Osama bin Laden, I will suck your dick. So 3 weeks to the day.
Double win.
Yeah, we're standing over in the house, and I said, now's as good a time as any. He's like, oh, fuck you. I'm like, you said it. But so we get down there.
Okay, ads is crazy, bro. Come on, man.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays.
2
because a
ads
city
is
hotel
crazy,
is
I'm
right
not
for
gonna lie.
some, but not.
And they came in and they said, the reason you guys are here, this is as close as we've ever been to Osama bin Laden. And they started showing us shit like this. Not that close, but they had a model of the house to scale, and they're just, here, and we met the woman, and she said, here he is. She's on 100%. He's on the 3rd floor of this. She would say, right now. And I don't understand why we're not leaving. He's there right now. And then they had an outdoor, they had a place kind of like it so we could train. And they let us come up with the tactics. As the guys on the ground, we have tactical command. So we will tell you the best way that we can do it. We came up with the perfect plan. And we rehearsed the perfect plan. And we're talking, like we would rehearse it for 10 hours.
So y'all didn't have any information of his people, his men?
They gave us so much information, I wanted to stop them. Like, stop it. I don't care. Don't even tell me how many men and women are there. Tell me how many people you've seen, and I'll figure out who they are when I get there.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about this bullshit. You tell me what you know, and leave the rest of it out. And I don't give a fuck about how you tracked him from Karachi, blah, blah, fucking blah.
Yeah.
I trust you. You're smart enough to find him. I'm smart enough to carry a sledgehammer and a gun. That's what we're gonna do. So we came up with the perfect plan that we rehearsed over and over and over. And then we did a couple contingencies.
What was the plan?
The plan was two helicopters. We're gonna fly the first one in between. So his house is here and the guest house is here. There's a yard. We're gonna fly that here, kick ropes out, snipers on each end. Everyone fast ropes out, then they cover them, the snipers come down. My team is gonna drop off snipers outside, a dog, Cairo, the dog, a handler and an interpreter who speaks the language, native, like he doesn't have an accent. And then we're gonna go to the roof with 7 of us. We're gonna fast rope onto the roof of his house, and then we're gonna jump onto the balcony.
All of that sounds loud.
Oh yeah, it's loud. But we're gonna.
I was about to say, that sounded like a loud ass plane.
Because we're gonna beat it with speed. We don't have time to be quiet. We can't jump in because we have to walk.
See, I thought that they was gonna be stealth, do more of a stealth, you know, kind of. I wonder if it was nighttime when they did this, or was it daytime? But I thought it was gonna do more of a stealth type mission, but I guess not. They went in loud in that bitch, helicopter and everything.
Walk in, too big of a. We're gonna get the fuck in, and hopefully.
So how much time do you think how much time do you need in this plan
we want
copters?
90-minute flight in, 32 minutes.
By the way, this is a good
ground,
interview,
90
though.
minutes.
I ain't gonna lie.
32
Well,
minutes on the
I haven't
ground.
seen the full
So you
interview.
got 32 minutes.
32 minutes. And you got to figure that is because people don't consider that on a lot of missions you stop places to refuel, like in Iraq. We don't have bases. Like, we need to know how much fuel we got. It might come down to stopping because we're out of gas and fucking running to Afghanistan. We don't know.
Wow.
But we're gonna get them. So we're gonna kill this dude. But you got to figure. Well,
So you're going to kill the guy.
let me back up a second because we're doing the perfect plan.
Okay.
And it was crazy. We're over the model, and the boss said, "What's the worst thing that could happen?" And the youngest guy in the room said, "The helicopter could crash in the front yard."
Yeah.
And we're like, "What the fuck? Oh shit!" And that's exactly what happened. So we're back there though, and we can't tell anybody that we're leaving. And I got it. Like, my daughter, who was 4, is now 7, and she was always there. She was 1 when we went after Luttrell. She was 4 for Phillips, and now she's 7. This has been Laden, and this is one we're not coming home from, and we know it. We're gonna get shot down on the way in, because we don't know if these helicopters, they're supposed to be stealth. We don't know if they work. And this is not a third world country. They have probably Russian or Chinese made anti-aircraft shit. We're gonna get shot down.
Well, why don't we have a cool helicopter then?
I don't have any, because of fucking aliens. I don't know. I don't know how the hell we got them. I've never seen it. The pilots who flew them had never seen them before. The president didn't know about them.
Got it.
Like, when they were telling President Obama about it, and they were going over the options, I think like the chief of staff of the Air Force said, there is one more thing. And he told them. But just the contingencies, we're gonna get in a fight as soon as we land. If anyone's gonna blow himself up, and the entire building, it's bin Laden, and we're gonna get in a fight probably with the police and the Pakistan military, or we're gonna run out of gas. We are not coming home from this, guys, so get used to it. We were so convinced we weren't coming home. The guy that inevitably led me up the stairs, the last set of stairs, and it was never drawn up that way. It's life happens around you. Like, you make a plan, God laughs at you.
Yeah.
But he just sometimes it just happens. He came up and said, "Look, don't take this the wrong way. I'm going, okay? 100% I'm going. I need to say this out loud. If we know we're gonna die, why are we going?" And that's a fair question. So I actually went shopping for my kids. I don't know what you buy 3 girls for daddy's not coming home. But I bought stuff and I'm leaving. And now I'm at a point where it's like I said, it's okay to be afraid because fear makes you think clearly, but I'm not afraid now, I'm focused. I know, but well, not too focused, because on the way out, I'm carrying these things and I bumped into a sunglass hut in the mall. And I looked down and there's a pair of Prada sunglasses on sale for $240, right? And I'm like, you know what, I'm a chief in the Navy. I can't afford these, but I am going to be dead next week, and American Express can.
YOLO.
So yeah, exactly.
Buy that shit.
I carried them in bin Laden's room. I carried them in my pocket because Maybe we need to steal a car and drive to the embassy in Islamabad and the sun's going to be up. I carry Prada sunglasses. And I thought it'd be good marketing. Like, imagine if you had a Navy SEAL on a billboard with like tattoos and a gun and sunglasses, and it says if you only have 1 day left to live, you might as well wear Prada.
This guy's good, man.
Haven't heard from him, but if you know.
Nah, that would be a tough billboard. Though. That would be a tough
but
billboard.
so we knew that, and they launched us over to Jalalabad, Afghanistan, our team, and we already had a team there. But they trained us up because it wouldn't raise any, like if the team in Afghanistan stopped working and started training for something else, someone would notice. If the team that's supposed to be ready to do something like Captain Phillips, someone would notice. They wouldn't notice us because we're supposed to be training. That's why we got picked.
He's a bell, he's a boy, he's bell boy.
Man, that YouTube premium sound good, ain't it?
So we flew over there and hung out with the dudes that knew what we were doing, and talk about professionals. You imagine being
what's
over there
those shoes Joe
doing
Budden got
work,
on,
and
though?
they sent another team in to get Bin Laden. I would have been pretty fucking pissed. They were complete pros, and they welcomed us in. They're like, that's the way it works. And you know, actually, they went in on helicopters behind us. They rescued us. People don't know that part. I'll get into that one. But then we were there. President Obama had a couple decisions. Are we going to bomb them? They just killed recently Ayman al-Zawahiri with that ninja bomb that sliced you up. They were thinking about that for him, something similar. But what if you miss him? You're never.
The ninja bomb that
it's like
slices you.
Yeah, like there was no explosives on it. Just you kill. Like apparently, it's a missile that you can kill the driver of a car and not hurt the passenger. It's crazy. That's some alien shit again.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah, but that's.
But they sound expensive as hell.
Okay.
But then there was us, and then they would give us the call. So we just want to be there in case he did. And he decided on a Friday, we had 2 days of 0% illumination with the moon. We want to go when it's completely dark. So we had 2 days that we could go. And we didn't go the first night because the correspondence dinner was that night. So the president and the cabinet are in D.C. with all the reporters having that dinner where they roast each other. President Obama got roasted about Bin Laden. Like, well, we can't. Seth Meyers told a joke about, well, we can't even find Osama bin Laden, blah blah blah. President Obama just kind of sat there with that poker face. Can you imagine knowing we're going to kill him tomorrow and don't say anything?
Yeah.
That's cool, isn't it?
It is.
And then
No,
the next
that's
night,
badass. I ain't gonna lie.
They gave us a green light, and then
Shout out to Obama, man.
before we left, Bill McRaven, Admiral Bill McRaven, was the boss. He's a retired 4-star admiral now. He's a 3-star admiral in charge of the whole thing. He's the one that sold it to President Obama that we could do it. And President Obama actually said, I was never convinced Bin Laden was there, but I was convinced you guys could go find out.
Got it.
So Admiral McRaven said to us, I watched my favorite movie last night, guys. It's called Hoosiers. And there's a team from Hickory, Indiana that went up to Indianapolis. These boys had never left their city before, and now they're in this arena, and they're all awestruck. And the coach said, hey, get that tape measure. What's the measurement from the back of the rim to the free throw line? It's 15 feet, coach. All right, now get on his shoulders. What's the measurement from the rim to the floor? It was 10 feet, coach. He said, you'll find that's the exact same measurements at your gym in Hickory. This is just a bigger audience. And he said, guys, you do this every night. This is just a bigger audience. And then I remember walking out, and I talked to Admiral Craven. I said, you know, you're so busy, Admiral, that I doubt you watched Hoosiers last night, but you were born to give us that speech right now. And then we left.
They got a lot of good speeches, and you guys are screwed.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, these are dudes that, like, seriously have been waiting for this, I think. I'm assuming. And then we got on the helicopters. I'm with the sniper that initiated the fire to rescue Phillips. He's here. He's going on the mission. We've got Cairo the dog, and we get in the helicopters. We give each other hugs. You take your last piss.
Oh, Captain Phillips was there.
No. The guy that rescued him.
Got it.
No. Shit, that would have been funny. Let's see, what kind of line of work is he in?
Okay.
So
y'all got guys out there.
Yeah. Well, they picked the most experienced guys they could that were available. That was us. 23 of us. And we got in these helicopters and we left. And then we crossed the border. And now we have 90 minutes where you can get shot down. But there's nothing you can do about it. So stop worrying about it. So I was counting. Just counting to keep my mind. I looked over and one of my buddies had fallen asleep with his headphones in. And I remember looking at my friend. I've known him for years. And I was like, you were asleep on the ride to Osama bin Laden's house. It's like you have ice in your veins and I see why women find you attractive. That's fucking cold. And so I'm counting, and we banked to the south, 80 minutes.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Being asleep in a situation like that is insane. I don't know if I could do that, bro. Falling asleep, I'd be up, bro. Eyes peeled the whole time, bro. Ready to go. I ain't gonna lie. Well, I can't speak on that because I don't know. But I don't know. I know I damn sure wouldn't be sleep. I know that for sure.
I
That
have a
shit
tattoo
crazy.
of the words here.
Sleep is crazy.
556, 557. Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended. And I don't know how I remembered it, but it's like a Hollywood moment. Fuck accountant. I'm gonna say that again. Then, freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended. It starts to sink in. It's like, holy shit, I'm on this mission. And then we do one more back on our attack run. The air crew guy, the crew chief, who gets no credit. There's dudes on the plane making sure it flies and opens the. What if we couldn't figure the doors out? Here's a dude.
That would be me.
I'm serious.
fuck is this?
What if, yeah, like, we're ready to go and I can't get the fucking door? That could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But he opens it and I look down and it's there's lights, there's a city. I know there's a golf course. Like Abbottabad, Pakistan is a resort town, and I'm just the one thing that's kind of going through my mind is this is some serious Navy SEAL shit that we're about to do. And then the plan was, you know, we're behind them. We're in what's called dash 2. They're dash 1. They're going to hover. We're going to drop our guys off. We're going to go to the roof. That's how it's supposed to look. They came in here, and the pilot explained to me later that something with an updraft, and it was warmer than we thought. He couldn't get the lift. The fences were different here than they were where we trained. He said that if he would have powered it up like an inexperienced pilot may have, he's going to roll it, and he's killing everyone on board. But, and this is, he thinks this, if he spins it and puts the tail on the fence and buries the nose, it'll stop. It should stop. That's what he thought. And he did it. Boom. And then, so my pilot saw him do that, and he realized, we have the 4 best pilots in the world. When we're very lucky
That
we
is
did.
fly to land the plane like the helicopter. Like
Oh, yeah. And he saw him do that. So we drop our guys off. We're going up. He saw that he couldn't hover. He's like, I bet I can't hover. So he put us down. And then I remember thinking, fuck it, I guess we start the war from here. And I put my foot out and I look up at bin Laden's house. And knowing I'm looking at the side, I got the fence here. There's bin Laden's house. I know damn well that's the northeast corner. There's a double door. I call a breacher, who's the methods of entry guy. He will get you in. He'll bomb it. He'll pick the lock. He'll fucking kick it open, whatever. He went up with a 7-foot charge of C6, which is, you know, 2 bigger than C4. Put it down and backed off, clacked it. It cracked open.
Wait, I did not know there was a bigger bomb than a C4. I thought C4 was always the biggest one, but there's a C6. All right, that's crazy.
And it was like a tin can with a brick wall behind it.
Oh, we're making all the noise in the world.
Oh,
out
we're
there
loud as
here.
fuck now, yes. And that's why the people started
Yeah, I was about
They
to
didn't
say,
know
I
who we
loud
were.
as shit.
So he turns around and he said, failed breach, this is bad. Meaning the door didn't open, there's a brick wall. And I said, no, this is good. That's a fake door. Nobody does that. He's fucking in there. So I know there's another door over here that does open where the cars have been coming in and out. I didn't know they crashed. So I heard them saying over the radio, dash 1 going around, dash 1 going around, meaning dash 1 going around, like they took fire and they're gonna reattack. What they were saying was dash 1 going down. So I said a courtesy, I said to my call sign, hey, we're gonna blast the carport, meaning I'm gonna put a bomb on it. And they said, no, don't blow it, we'll open it. And the door opened and a thumb came out with a glove that I recognized, like someone I know.
That shit y'all figured out.
And I didn't know, what I realized, right, there are points in life where it doesn't matter why you're here, you just are. And this is one of them. I don't need to know how you got there, man, you're just there. Fuck it, clock's moving. So we go in, I didn't know they crashed, didn't make sense. Guys have been in a gunfight. They already killed 2 in this house, 1 in that house. My guys are made entry in bin Laden's house, so I'm like, I'm gonna follow these dudes in. And when we're going down a hallway, you don't want to stand in a hallway whenever someone's shooting. And I hope no one's ever in that situation. But if someone starts shooting in your apartment building, get out of the hallway. Good advice. So
Thanks.
you're welcome. Watch me save a life because
Thanks.
of that.
I live in an
So
apartment
I
complex,
back
so
it
thank
into a
you.
room, and my thought is, I'm looking for bombs because they're going to blow the house up. I don't see any. But then I'm behind, so I'm watching guys work, and they are not affected by the fact that they could blow up at any minute. Their lives could be over. Everything that matters to them could be over right now, but they're not letting that affect them because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to stop it. So slow is smooth, smooth is fast. If you want to be really fast at something, slow down. So I'm watching them. I'm like, I'm watching dudes run across where we've been in a gunfight to grab kids to put them with their parents because they don't want this kid to be any more afraid than he already is. And that's what the good guys do. And I'm just proud of my guys. And this dude next to me who was in the helicopter that crashed, he whispered, helicopter crashed. Now we have 2 helicopters behind us that aren't stealth, 45 minutes behind us. I thought they got shot down. And I go, oh my God, what helicopter crashed? He goes, bro, Our helicopter crashed. You walked right past it. I'm like, I was looking, fuck. As we're talking, the sniper, his job with Cairo, the dog, and Cheese, the handler, was to run around the whole place twice to make sure no one left. He got to the part where the pilot put the helicopter, and he didn't know that they crashed. So he came over the radio, and I'm not kidding, and said, guys inside, be on alert, they're ready for us. They have a training mock-up of our super secret helicopter in the front yard. And the boss came over and said, no, jackass, that's ours. We crashed. And the sniper said, that makes a lot more sense than the shit I was just saying.
Definitely.
Yeah, so then we...
I was about to say it.
The woman that found the line said...
That's wild.
I don't know what it looks like inside, and I know you don't want me to tell you what we think it looks like inside, but you will run into a stairwell somewhere. And on that stairwell, you will run into Khalid bin Laden, and that's Osama bin Laden's 20-year-old son, and he will be armed. And that's his last line of defense. And she was so cool, she said, if you can ace him, you get a shot at the big guy. That's the way she said it, and I thought that was fucking cool. So when they ran into him, I'm about 8 dudes back, watching the guys in front of me go up the stair, and the stairwell came back, and Khalid was there, and he hopped behind.
Yo, his son being his last defense is crazy. Not gonna lie. That's wild, bro. That's wild.
Bannister. And normally, if we're fighting,
And also, bro, I was talking to one of my coworkers yesterday while I was at work. And he told me that Osama bin Laden was like 6'7", 6'6". I'm like, bro, he really that tall? I gotta look it up still, but if Osama bin Laden's really that tall, that's crazy. 6'7", 6'6". I can see why he was a scary dude, bro. You got a dude that's evil like that and tall as fuck like that. Like, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I can see why he was scary. I'm not gonna lie.
going up, I'm going to grab guys and move them out of the way. Like, keep 4 dudes there, but if he starts throwing grenades or whatever, I want the limited amount of, but now, I know I'm gonna die today, so I'm just like, I gotta see what happens. I don't know how, like, are they gonna turn and try to kill it? I'm just gonna watch. I got a front row seat. And we're quiet now. I mentioned we don't talk, so he's confused. And so the point man whispered.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Where's all this guy's men?
Well, we killed him. We just were on top of him. They shot back. But then, so they're here, and Khalid had a shot. He's waiting on the stairwell for us to come around, and the point man whispered to him, whispered his name twice, and said, come here, in 2 different languages that Khalid spoke. And the point man knew he spoke these, and so Khalid was confused, and he went, what?
Tuesdays are made for tenders. Get 8 juicy original recipe tenders plus 4 sauces at KFC $10 Tuesdays.
So they killed, so they called his name and they shot him. Yeah.
That's some cold shit. So we
No, stop it. Stop right there. So at that point, you got to block out all of your dad emotions, all of your. You just gotta.
That's not helping you at all. You gotta cut that out. Yeah.
That's not, wrong time.
I'm thinking about
not the time.
I'm thinking about the guy in front of me and what's in front of us. Yeah, and what's behind us. I don't have time to worry about the credit card bills, the Prada sunglasses I just bought.
The guy. So Khalid pokes his head out.
Yep. He's armed now too, so he's a threat. Like, this is well with not that anyone
and he's
gives
armed.
a fuck.
And he's armed, but a face shot doesn't sound fun.
No.
Witnessing one doesn't
Now,
sound fun for me.
It's not fun,
The noise, brain matter.
You have to assume this was a very, very high threat level, and you've got to assume, especially around bin Laden, they're suicide bombers. And the only way to deal with the suicide bomber is to shoot him right here, right around this area, to get him back here, because that will drop you. If you shoot someone in the chest, people have, this is fucked up, but people have a will to live. And it takes them a while to die getting shot in the chest. And they can, all they need to do, let's say they have a positive and a negative lead on there's a bomb here, all they need to do is this. So even if they do this number, you got to hit them here and it drops them. That's this, we knew this from experience. I had a buddy that ran into a teenager in a closet who was wearing a vest, and he was looking at him, and the kid he did that. He had put the vest on backwards. So my buddy got fucked up, but he didn't get the ball bearings. So he learned, if you want to neutralize him, shoot him in the face.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
So man down.
Yep, so we're stepping over him.
Okay.
And now we're going to go up to the 2nd floor. So I have about 6 or 7, guys in front of me, and they are going to split off now because they need to clear these there's bedrooms and hallways on the 2nd floor. So you want to clear the level before you go to another one. You don't want to overextend. So they're clearing it. Now I'm the last guy in the line, but I turn into the number 2 man because the number 1 man, his first threat is that stairwell right in front of him. So he just holds that and I come up behind him. So the way that works is he's not going to move. Anywhere you look, your gun needs to go. And when you're looking at a threat, I'm not looking away from it. I'm keeping it there. So a guy comes up behind me and my job is to look back. And I will tell him through a squeeze that we have enough. So he doesn't need to fuck around. I'll squeeze him. He'll know that means, this means I have a guy with me. This means we're going. So I got him like this, and we're out of guys. And I want 2 more, because he'd already taken a shot before I got there. And
You're a man?
yeah, my guy took a shot up the stairs.
Got it.
Yeah, and I don't, that's for him to tell his story.
Of course.
Complete badass. He sees people moving, and I want more guys, and he starts pimping me now. He doesn't know it's me. He knows it's one of his guys. He's like, we gotta go. Come on, we gotta go. Because what he's saying is, that's the suicide bombers, but we can beat them, but we have to go now. And this is my side of the story, but I'm pretty sure what he said was, hey man, these bitches is getting truculent.
Truculent.
I enjoy humor. This is my last joke of my life. Before I squeezed him, I whispered in his ear, I don't think that word means what you think it means. And then I squeeze him, and it's on. So we go up the stairs, and what there is at the top of the stairs, there's a curtain, not a door. It's like a shower curtain, but it's green. So you can't see through it. You can sort of see under it. So he moves the curtain, and there's 2 people standing there that he thought were suicide bombers. So he jumped on them. Like, how this guy doesn't have a Medal of Honor, I don't know. Because he jumped on the grenade. Like, he's absorbing the blast for me.
Got it.
So because I said how simple it is, if you go this way, I'm going that way. Because he went here, I went here, and there's Osama bin Laden. And he's standing up. He's got his hands on his wife Amal's shoulders. I'm closer to him than we are right now. And the way my brain worked was, he's taller than I thought. He's a lot skinnier than I thought he would be. His beard's got some gray in it. That's his nose. That's his face. He's maneuvering. He's not surrendering. He's a threat. He's a suicide. And I shot him. So I shot him twice in the face over Amal's shoulder, and I shot him again as I'm moving Amal. So he's down here now, and I can hear him exhaling. He's dead. I mean, I know what it's like, and it's, I don't give a fuck who you are. I just killed a guy in front of his family. I moved his kid. I pushed them back, so I'm moving them out of the way because I know other SEALs are going to be coming in, and we're the good guys. I don't want them getting hurt. As I do, other Navy SEALs are now in the room, and I'm sort of standing there. And I know I've been at war a lot, but now I'm having.
Yeah, I was about to say, I get where he's coming from, bro. No matter who it is, bro, like that, I know that had to be tough. Shooting a dude right in front of his family, I know it had to be tough. Regardless of who it is, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know what Osama bin Laden did. But it's like, regardless, like that, I know that was tough to do that. Like.
And one of my guys I'm just standing, my guy comes up to me, the same guy that was in the van, the joke, and he goes, you okay? And I said, no. What do we do now? And he said, now we find the computers. We do this every night. You've done this hundreds of times. And I said, yeah, you're right. I'm back. And he goes, yeah, you just killed Osama bin Laden. Your life should change. Get to fucking work. All right. So we got to work. We took a picture. If they ever released this picture, which I wish they would, those are my gloves holding his head together. Like I spilled water on his face and I held his head. We got some pictures. Then they're starting to put him in a body bag. I'm going to go downstairs because I know there's now 3 offices, so we go through there. We call it sensitive site exploitation. Like that's where you find intelligence to get other people. So I'm looking for you start here, work your way up or whatever. And I'm going on this bed. I pull out these huge duffel bags and I open them. And speaking of hunting, they look like freeze-dried steaks in these Ziplocs. And I'm like, man, they're in it for the long haul. Then I realized, shit, this is opium. This is all opium.
And it's crazy, y'all.
That's how they're funding it. There's just drugs everywhere. And then we do find computers we're tearing apart, computers getting hard drives, anything that has writing or thumb drives we're pulling. And then it's like, all right, guys, fucking, we're leaving. And now outside, so we were loud, and now there's locals out there. There was a dude live tweeting out there. You could follow him on Twitter. Like, he's still up. He's out to tweet, and so and we're like, come on, it's time, we gotta roll. It's time to go. We had to blow up the helicopter, even though the pilot thought he could fly it, but we're just leaving it, we're blowing it up. So that means the other 2 that came in, one's gonna come get us. You guys are gonna get in this one, you're gonna refuel. If they have extra fuel, they're gonna pick us up. So we We put the body in the body bag. We're kind of rallying everyone up. I helped carry, me and three other guys carried the body bag out. We walk it out the door we came in, the double door. The sniper from the Cat Phillips Ridge right there, and I said, "Hey, brother, we got him." And he goes, "You're shitting me." I'm like, "No, let's live. Let's get out of here." So they put him in this one. We went over here. SEAL Team 6 was on that too. So SEAL Team 6 rescued SEAL Team 6. 2 more pilots, studs. They came in to get us. I saw the guy tweeting, right? He's over there tweeting. His face is lit up by his phone. And I had a minute, I was thinking, in a war zone, I'm shooting him because we just took that house down, we just blew a bunch of stuff up, and he's gonna blow something up. I gotta kill him. I'm not shooting this guy because I kind of smiled. I said, they have no idea we're here. Holy shit, I'm getting goosebumps now. So the helo comes in, we hop in there, and then now we're leaving. And the guy that initiated this fire to rescue Richard Phillips, he took a little bit of shit. Like, I'm sure you've seen it in the music industry. If someone does really well, other guys are like, fuck him. Like, get a little jealous.
Please, that's the music business.
Yeah, and that's us. And I would tell him every day at work, I'm like, don't listen to that fucking shit. You were a hero, you're a badass, you're a star. And I'd say, here, take some of my Copenhagen. I would give him Copenhagen.
Of course that guy's a hero. But how could you not look at that guy like a hero?
Some guys didn't, because they were so close to doing something, and they didn't get to do it. He did. But then I'm sitting on this helicopter next to him, the Bin Laden, we're leaving, and I'm trying, this just happened, and I see this.
Still gotta look at him as a hero, though.
He goes, hey, take one of
Regardless.
mine. Now you know what it's like to be a fucking hero. I was like, dude, this is cool. The guy next to me who came in on the rescue, he's a SEAL Team 6 guy that I know well, and he asked the question that everyone asks. He goes, who got him? And I said, fuck, I did.
My fault, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I know I haven't been talking a whole lot, but also this dude's a really good storyteller. Like, I was really glued in, like tapped in. Like, this dude's a really good storyteller. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is really good. I ain't gonna lie.
And he's from Manhattan. He goes, on behalf of my family, thank you. And so it's sinking in. Now, but we're leaving, and we're supposed to die. But if we can live for 90 minutes, that's the amount of time it'll take to cross the border. If we can live for 90 minutes, we get 50 years.
Damn. That was good, man. That was good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think the craziest part to me was the fact that his son was the last defense, man. But yeah, man, that was crazy. Especially with their helicopter blowing up, like. And when you think when their helicopter blowing up, you think that the mission over. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta keep it going. But nah, dude's a really good storyteller, man. I was always curious about how they killed Osama bin Laden. So this is really good. But yeah, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that post notification button, man, so you know when your boy posts. And yeah, and I look tired, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I just woke up. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm still waking up. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, please, thanks for watching, man. But yeah, catch y'all next video, man. Peace.